What's up, everybody? Trinity here, and welcome back to the 2nd Street Marvel. It's New Comic Book Wednesday, and here I am in my local comic book shop, Bases Cards and Comics, right here in Lancaster, California, to bring you guys my comic book pull list for the week. Now, if you don't know what a comic book pull list is, there should be a video somewhere popping up right up here if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're watching it on Facebook, you can always find those links down in the video description here, so you can learn a little bit more about that. But basically, comics come out every single Wednesday at your local comic book shop, and if you have one near you, you should get out and make sure that you support them. I know my local comic book shop here is the best. They're absolutely awesome. They hold card tournaments and they do all kinds of other things. They've got, you can see they've got posters back here. They've got figures, all kinds of good things, not just comic books. Now, getting right into my comic book pull list for the week, we're going to start off here with Spider-Man Daily Bugle. This is going to be, I believe, a 5-issue miniseries. Being, I honestly don't even know who's writing this. It's just a new Spider-Man comic book, and you guys know that I'm a huge Spider-Man fan here, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure we get to the house and give this one a read and give it a review here, hopefully pretty soon here on the channel. And you can see, look, I even got my Spider-Man MCU shirt on. Come on, man, you know I'm a fan. The next one I've got here is Captain Marvel, The End, or The End, Captain Marvel. Now, I believe this is just like a one-shot, or maybe like a little mini event going on here. I'm going to read this, give it a review, see how it is, and I guess we'll see how that's going to go. All right, let's give this one a chance here and see how it is. I mean, hey, maybe it'll live up to its name, right? The next one I have here is Jessica Jones, issue number 2. I already dropped a review of issue number 1 here on the channel I don't know, I guess it would have been a couple of weeks ago. I don't know that I did it last month, but I thought issue number 1 was pretty good. I guess we'll go ahead and see how issue number 2 here ends up. You know what? I think it was 2 weeks ago, because I think these are coming out bi-weekly. I don't know. And it's a little bit, I believe it's only going to be a little 5-issue, maybe 6-issue miniseries as well, being written by Kelly Thompson. And hey, I guess we'll see how it is. The first issue was okay. It wasn't terrible. So I guess we'll read here into issue number 2 and see how that is. The next one I have here is Hawkeye Free Fall, issue number 2, being written by Matthew Rosenberg. Now, I did like the first issue of Hawkeye Free Fall, and I did a review of that here on the channel as well. You should make sure that you go and check it out here on the channel. I should have a playlist with most of these on there, probably one that's called Marvel Comics, so Marvel Comic Reviews, and you could check out my just comic reviews playlist as well. So moving on to the next one is Thor, issue number 2, being written by Donny Cates. And guys, I already dropped my review of this here on the channel. You can probably find a link somewhere right up here where you can go read that one as well. Being written by Donny Cates, this book, I thought it was pretty good. Now, the thing is like this book, oh man, I don't know, it was really good. It didn't seem like there was a lot of action, yet there was a lot of action. Quite a few things happened in it. I was kind of excited to read this book, and I think, it did its job. It did its job well, building on exactly what happened in issue number 1. Again, make sure that you go check out that review. Now, the next one I have here is issue number 2 of Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. This one, I don't think I dropped a review of issue number 1 here on the channel yet, but it's a silly story. I mean, it's Peter Porker, right? I mean, it's supposed to be silly. It's supposed to be fun. And the first issue was exactly that. It was silly. It was fun. Something, if you want something just funny and enjoyable to read, man, it's nothing too serious. I wouldn't take it too seriously. But I'm going to go ahead and read this one, and I'll bring you guys a review on that one here as well. The next one I have here is spinning out of Jonathan Hickman's relaunch of soft reboot of the X-Men in the Marvel Universe, and that's X-Men issue number 5. Now, guys, there should be, by the time you see this video, the review for this should be up as well for X-Men issue number 5. Now, I've got to tell you, I also reviewed that along with Fallen Angels issue number 6 and New Mutants issue number 6 as well. It's going to be a comic book triple feature, so you should make sure that you check that out. I've enjoyed the X-Men series so far. It's kind of had its ups and downs as far as the story is going, but just all these Dawn of X titles, definitely some good ones out there. Now, this next one, X-Force issue number 6, this one should have actually been part of that review. It should have been a quadruple feature instead of a triple feature. But this one, for some reason, it wasn't in my books that I had pulled. I was here at my local comic book shop here, getting ready to shoot the video, and I was like, hey, wait a second. This was supposed to be on my pull list. I don't know what happened, but anyway, so I got this one. This review will be dropping here on the channel very soon as I get home and read this thing and record a review on it, because you guys know, if you guys haven't been paying attention, X-Force is my favorite of all these Dawn of X titles that have been coming out. The next one I've got here on my comic book pull list is Captain America issue number 18, being written by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I gotta say, like, the Captain America series so far, I've enjoyed it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know, it's okay. It's good. I need to go back and reread some of them again to get a little bit brushed up here, because I actually binged a lot of them here while I was on vacation. But I've enjoyed the Captain America series. The only thing that I wish is there was a little bit more to it, a little more action in the books, and just the other thing that I wish they could get us a steady artist for this book. I realize we're getting ready to hit the 20s, and maybe that's when I'll stop pulling it, but they need a steady artist on here. I believe Leinil Francis Yu was originally doing the art through the first handful of books, and I've got to tell you, I'm not super big on his art, but I think it worked a lot better than the art of all the artists they've had coming in after that. Now, my last Marvel book here is a facsimile copy of the king-size special edition of Fantastic Four. Now, I'm not exactly for sure what this one is, but hey, we're going to I bought this thing. We're gonna read it and give it a look and see how good that one is. Again, you guys know I'm not like a big Fantastic Four fan or anything, so it'll be good to get out there and I figured it's a classic tale. They probably printed it for a reason, and I don't know. I guess we'll see soon enough how this issue is. The next one I've got here. Now, that's all I have for my Marvel books this week. I don't have any DC this week as well, because you guys know, like, right now, the only thing I'm pulling is Hawkman. Hawkman didn't come out this week. I believe, what is it, Deceased? I think there's a new Deceased one getting ready to start here in February, so I can't wait for that one to come out as well. So give that one a read when that releases here as well. So we're going to move into small press books, and we're going to start off with my favorite comic book publisher out there right now, guys, and that is Vault Comics. And today we've got Vagrant Queen, issue number 1 of volume 2. Now, I pulled this one. I liked this is the variant cover. They do these different covers here and everything, and I thought this cover was pretty cool. I wasn't aware that they had a volume 1 of this, so I'm going to read this first issue and see how it is. Maybe I'll end up coming back here and ordering the first volume on trade paperback here at my local comic book shop, depending on how this one is. If not, if it's good, I'll probably continue pulling this one in the first place, because you guys know, in case you guys don't know, I'm getting ready to start a new thing here on the channel called the Vault Challenge, and that's something I'm going to be releasing a video on here soon to get some others in the comic book community involved in this, and we're going to read some different Vault titles. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. Just wait till you see the video on that. The next one I have here is Black Stars Above, issue number 3. Now, guys, this one is on Vault Comics also. I've got to say, I really like this book. Black Stars Above is like, it's taking place back in like the 1800s. This girl is getting ready to be forced by her family to go, forced into a marriage, and things that she just didn't want to do. She happened upon this stranger that asked her to deliver this package over the river and through the woods. She didn't go to her grandmother's house, but she ended up getting lost in the woods. Some supernatural things going on in this book. I really do like it. The thing is this book is really heavy, like even at times when there's not a lot of words in it, and it's not a really wordy book neither. I don't know, I guess I may have said that wrong, but it reads like a novel. Okay, it reads like a novel, and that's something I've found that I've liked about this book, and it's being written by Lonnie Nadler, doing a pretty good job writing this book. And I think I need to do a little bit more reviews on this series, because I've really enjoyed Black Stars Above so far. The next one I have here on Vault Comics is cult classic The Creature Feature, issue number 4. Guys, I've really been liking this series right here. The story is really good. It seems like a throwback, and I think it is taking place in like the early 80s, and it's just kind of got that B-rated movie feel to it, you know what I mean? And that's something, if you watched a lot of those films back in the 80s, that's not such a bad thing. I've really liked it. The art in this book really matches the story going on too. I probably can't find you a good panel in here, because I haven't read this issue yet. But yeah, like check that one out right there, right? Like the art in it is, I don't know, it's gritty, it's dark in tone. It really, I don't know, I think it really helps set the tone for this book. The next and last one I have on Vault Comics is going to be issue number 5 of Maul. And guys, this one has been another one of my favorite books. I'm not sure if this is the last in this first story arc, if they're going to continue, if they're going to do more, or I have no clue. What I do have a clue of is I like this book. I like what's going on here. It is a post-apocalyptic type future. A bunch of people holed up in a mall. It's kind of like, man, I don't know, maybe like The Warriors meets Mall Rats. I think I've described it as that before. Something like that. Very good book. Can't wait to read this one. Being written by Michael Morisi, one of my favorite writers here that does quite a few books for Vault Comics. And I believe he's writing that with, is that Gary Dauberman that's writing that with him as well? Gary Dauberman writing that book as well. That's all I have for my Vault books. The next one I have here is on Aftershock Comics. Another one of my favorites. This is issue number 4 of Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated. This is a pretty funny book taking place in a future in which technology has become a little more prevalent. And if you've ever worked in a retail space or even worked like security or anything like that with any of these people, you might like this book because this guy is like, imagine like I don't know, he's like a special agent, but he's really just a loss prevention manager at, or a loss prevention associate at like, a big box retailer. It's really pretty funny. It's really pretty funny. I'm kind of underplaying it here, but very funny stuff going on in this book. I can't wait to read issue number 4 of Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated. The next one I have here is on Boom Studios Comics, and if you haven't been paying attention to Boom Studios, they've been putting out some pretty good books, man. They put out some pretty good books. They got some nice covers, some just, I don't know. They've been doing a good job over at Boom Studios, so you should check out some of their different titles as well. And this one is Something is Killing the Children, issue number 5, being written by James Tynion IV. I believe he does quite a bit of work for DC. So this one has been pretty good. I kind of felt like issue number 3 kind of dragged on a little bit, and he should have moved a little bit forward a little bit faster. It seemed like another issue number 2. You know what I mean? I'm not sure how better to explain that, but it's been a very good story so far. I can't wait to read issue number 5 here of Something is Killing the Children on Boom Studios. Man, I'm telling you, they're doing a good job with their books over there on Boom Studios as well. And the last one on my comic book pull list here is going to be Ice Cream Man issue number 17 on Image Comics. Guys, this book is really great. I've really enjoyed the Ice Cream Man series. I actually got turned on to this series by another channel here on YouTube called Comics on the Pyre. You should definitely go check out any of his comic book reviews over there. He does a really good job kind of, I don't know, doing the slideshow thing, and he just does these really great videos where he describes these books. He gives you a good overview and preview of these books, and I don't know, he just does a good job. There'd probably be a link somewhere up there where you can go check him out. Very good stuff. I can't wait to read Ice Cream Man issue number 17, especially because like the art in here, like Martin Morazzo's art is just matches so well with a lot of the stories and everything that W. Maxwell Prince is telling in these books. Just really good stuff. And then I believe the colors are done by Brian O'Halloran. Just, I don't know, this book always, it's a kind of a horror tale, and it always just kind of leaves me feeling a little weird and creeped out when I get done reading it. And hey, man, that's something that I want out of this book, because it's just like I said, I don't know, just some really creepy, supernatural type of stuff going on. Really cool stuff. I think it's one that you guys might definitely want to check out. But that's all I've got for my comic book pull list this week. Let me know down in the comments below. What's on your comic book pull list this week? And what of these books would you like me to talk about more on the Trailer Park Live, which comes on Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? Or would you like to see me do some more in-depth reviews on here on the channel? That's all I have for this video today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe, click the little bell, and all that good stuff that they tell you to do. You know how all this works. Don't act like you don't. But while you're at it, make sure you share this video with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week. Get out and support your local comic book shop, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.